Here's a message of importance to millions of people who are continually pale and walk.
Happy Friday, my friend. You ain't gonna start no shit, is you?
Hi, this is Alan. I like IRONWORX because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the IRONWORX.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Media is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to Space Lettuce from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the IRONWORX with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the IRONWORX and become an Iron Scout.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's a beautiful day. It's soldiers in your cup.
Good morning. Here.
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Everything's internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe that dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there.
So what one?
There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard, to think really hard.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Yeah, but we are live. TGIF, everybody. Welcome to the IRONWORX. We've managed to make it through another week, but we're here. We're awake. Yeah, that's about all I can say. We're here and we're awake. Good morning, fellas. How you doing? TGIF, everybody. Welcome to the IRONWORX. Shit. We've
I got
managed to
stuff
make it
playing.
through another week.
What is this?
We're here. We're awake. All right, we'll close that. Now we're good. Now we're good.
Okay, but I'm hearing more than I should. Very.
Yeah.
I was like, what did I do? What did I push?
Yeah, welcome to my world.
Oh man, what have I done now?
Oh, wise guy.
Huh. I don't know if you guys are still hearing that, but I'm not hearing anything suddenly. So I will leave and come back.
All right. We'll be here, probably.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm all right. I was up late last night.
Me too. Like past 11.
Oh, shit. Actually, I wasn't far from it. Now that you say that. It was probably 10:30 before I finally fell asleep.
I did take a nap yesterday, though.
So did I.
Hello?
Hello?
You're back. Oh yeah, I don't know what happened. Suddenly I was like mid you talking, everything went away.
Weird.
What the heck? It's just waking up. It hadn't been on this team thing in a week now.
Yeah, no kidding. I sure missed the hell
on
out of
this team call. Yeah, it's been a long week without you guys. Monday was all me. I just was funking, had no sleep, and eyes were all messed up, couldn't see straight, so I just called that one. And then Wednesday, Quentin took me to go see the 21 Pilots movie that officially launched yesterday.
Is that Top Gun 3?
Thursday. This was like, yeah, Top Gun 3. No, 21 Pilots, man, they're jamming. Skeleton Click. Sees me doing it, but I'm in it. Anyway, yeah, they're an awesome band. They've been one of my favorites for a while now. And then there were quite a few, pieces of mysterious lore to decode and things to figure out and all that. I like that kind of stuff with albums and music. And they're quite, emotional. You, the proud and the emotional. But anyway, yeah, it was a really good movie. And we had to go to another part of my state to go see it because the only IMAX theaters near us are, 2.5 hours away. So I was 5 hours in the car there. So I needed to conserve my energy for that day. So I slept in and got up a lot later than I would have normally on a Wednesday. And had a blast. We had a good time.
We just recently purchased the company that I work for recently purchased a sales area, like a sales distribution area for Trimble. And Trimble is like the leading manufacturer of all geospatial equipment. So most of the guys you see out there on the road doing all their surveying equipment, most of that, if it's bright yellow, chances are it's a Trimble. And we are one of the hugest distributors of Trimble products. And we bought one of the Southern District, basically. It was like 7 different states. 3 of them were full states. The rest of them were partial. So we sold off all the partial states right after we bought it, and we kept the 3 full states, which was like everything from Arkansas to Louisiana. So now we have state headquarters up there in Lafayette.
Oh,
you can find Siler equipment in Lafayette. Yep.
Well, shit, maybe you just get you a road run to come over here and do something for him.
Maybe I could just switch divisions and relocate to Louisiana.
Yeah, maybe not the best idea.
Maybe I'll relocate.
Not the best idea.
6 months out of the year.
I was looking, well, no, not just that. I was watching a video a couple days ago, actually, about Louisiana and why it is such a both geological and financial, what's the word he used? Anyway, basically unstable, because he's a geologist, this guy. He was basically talking about it from that standpoint. But it's all about the whole fact that Louisiana sits on, a sponge. And you dig down 2 feet and you get water in your hole. And of course, we're not going to touch that one. And we don't bury our dead. We have mausoleums, that whole thing. And so because we were built up by literally changing the flow of the mightiest river in the United States and keeping it where it is, like the river wants to move. That's what rivers do. They built up silt. Good Lord, good morning, Tom. Silt there in the Louisiana, Mississippi Delta, that land as it's deposited. So what happens is on the way down the Mississippi, it picks up all the dirt and the soot and the silt and and when it gets to the lower part, when it hits the ocean, it slows it down. And that slowing down process lets the sediment fall out. And that's the bedrock, quote unquote, of Louisiana that became land over time as it got built up. And so, boom, we're going to make Louisiana I mean, we're going to do this thing in this place called New Orleans and make it a agricultural, unfortunately at the time, slave trade capital of the South. And so at one point it was the financial like bedrock of the southern parts of the United States. Port towns, cotton, sugar.
In New York for the
You
South.
name it. It was. And it should still be, with that being the fact that as long as it's been here, it's been that. But what happens and what happened is, because the Mississippi River really wants to move west right now, with that built up of the silt and all that, they keep levying and building up different little channels and cement troughs and things like that that have basically created the bowl that New Orleans sits in, that almost caused, the end of New Orleans back during the Katrina thing, because of all the stuff they've done to keep the river where it is. Because if that river ever moves out of where it is, two things will happen. It's going to flood the fuck out of everybody down there and kill a whole bunch of people, ruin homes, lives, and businesses. And New Orleans and Baton Rouge, the two towns that benefit from the ports on their parts of the Mississippi River, won't be there. They won't have a financial basis, and it will fall. And Louisiana will pretty much be gone at that point. So that's part of why the economy and everything here, big corporations that are investing, they don't want to invest on a business that might literally sink into the ground in 10 years, literally sink into the ground in 10 years. So they invest their money in New York and California and Chicago and places like that, Missouri, that are on actual bedrock and not on silt bed. And then add to that the whole Huey P. Long, because the video got into that too, old Kingfish himself, and the financial, political corruption that defines the politics of this state, not just back to his era, but from his era moving to today with our good old buddy right now in Trump's back pocket. So, I mean, it's always been pay to play in Louisiana, even during the oil field boom that should have been the financial fixer and make everything great here. Because it became pay to play, a lot of businesses just said, fuck Louisiana. So that would be a lot of the reasons I wouldn't ever purposefully call and say, hey, why don't you guys come over here and become part of this financial turmoil? If we didn't have family that we have here, we would have been gone, a long time ago, just due to lots of reasons. Most of them being those things that I've just spoken about, the instability, the hurricane buffer that we are, the just everything leaving the state, all the oil money left, all that, what I'm saying? It just,
No.
You're talking about investing in a bed and breakfast back in the day, and I think y'all kind of looked into it and saw that wouldn't be a great idea. So it's just not. If we ever get out from under this Napoleonic crap that we're burdened with, but that probably won't ever happen again. Pay to play. Go ahead.
It's that weird memory. The name Huey P. Long sounds familiar. Did they make a movie about him that I never saw?
Most assuredly. He was quite the figure. He was very charismatic and did a lot of good for the state. Like, he gave out free textbooks. He built free hospitals. He fixed roads, built bridges. He made things better for the state. But he did it by having a stranglehold on finance and incoming finance and, political and the whole nine yards. Like, he was the original, fat cat with the cigar sitting back with his feet up on the desk, laughing as the money just rolled in.
Yeah, he's
all the machinations.
The one that always reminded me of Boss Hogg from Dukes of Hazzard. I never trying to remember.
Absolutely.
Was it?
You're right on point. Yep.
I always
muted. I didn't realize.
It's like I picture him with the big white Southern suit with the string tie and a straw hat, like a straw pillbox hat almost. Just out there just doing his thing. What the fuck was the name of that movie? It's hard because I never saw it. But the name sounds so familiar that I swear there's a movie that they made that had him in it. I just never went and saw it. Like had Tom Hanks.
Well, John Goodman played him
Maybe
in
that's
the
what it
movie. And that, yeah, he played him in a movie. If I'm not wrong, there was a Paul Newman version of a movie with him. Let me go back and look. I know the John Goodman was kind of 80s-ish, it feels like. Maybe mid 80s. Or no, maybe more like the 90s. Let me look.
And it might be the John Goodman one I'm thinking of.
But Ed Asner, if you're old enough to know who that is, played him back in the like 70s. I remember that because it was like, you know, he was current and stuff. At that point, he was, you know, in what was the Mary Tyler Moore, and then the show where he was just himself. Damn it, his boss. Damn it, I almost said it. Anyway, trying to find the Paul Newman one. Is that the one from the 80s with Paul Newman in it?
Probably. And I bet you that's got him eating lots of salad. I bet you somewhere in that movie with Paul Newman, they're subliminally putting salads in all of those movies.
Yeah, mostly.
Josh, when do you remember learning about Louisiana?
Learning about what?
Louisiana.
It would have been like I don't even
above the ground, you know.
Well, see, like I do vaguely remember terms of a Louisiana Purchase once upon a time. I just don't know like what time frame that would have been. But I think that
you were in school, right?
Oh yeah.
They have to bury.
It'd have been elementary school.
Above the ground. Yeah. Like that was taught in school. Louisiana's different because it's below sea level, so they have to do this and this and that and that. I was talking to this. She wasn't that much younger than me, maybe in early 30s, late 20s. Had no idea about Louisiana and how it's different.
That's crazy.
It's below sea level. Is that not? What are they teaching these children? These younger people?
Makes you wonder.
Yeah, it really does. Have that one chick suing the school because she graduated with honors and is illiterate, doesn't know how to read.
There you go.
Bet you she didn't write up that draft by herself.
No.
Yeah, it was just last night. Dixie was watching one of those Amish shows. Where we're Amish, but we're not going to be Amish anymore or something, or we're going to...
Is it the one where they're trying to attract new people into the fold and bury them and things like that and turn them...
stupid.
Yeah, Michelle.
Luckily, we didn't... This is not the one I'm talking about. We already watched that one.
Oh, okay.
God, that was bad.
Yeah, every time I walk in there and I'm like, oh my God, what do you want?
I'm a bisexual black guy. Why won't the Amish accept me? They're just so judgmental. Sorry. No, this was the other one. This was like they took some Amish kids and sent them all to New York, and it was a whole deal. And it turns out the mom was being shunned by the whole church, and she's probably the biggest star of the whole show. But one of these Amish kids, after he decided to no longer be Amish, ended up getting married and started a business making Amish donuts at all the fairs and festivals around the country. So they decided to finally stop chasing the festival circuit and settle down and buy a house. And back in season 1, they took the kids to Florida, and this particular fella just fell in love with Florida and decided he wanted to buy some property out in Florida. Now, most of these Amish kids only have an 8th grade education, and the extent that 8th grade education probably really only extends up to about grade 5. And they just call it grade 8, because even their 8th grade education isn't very good. But he fell into the historical trap of trying to buy land to build a house in Florida, only to find out it's all fucking lowland swamp and soft and squishy and you can't do shit with it. And that's what you get. And I just started laughing because I'm like, fuck, how many times do you think that particular piece of property has been bought and sold by fuckers that didn't realize what they were buying?
Mm-hmm. Just for the record, I'm pretty sure I saw Amish Donuts play in the 90s, 91, 92. I'm pretty sure. Oh my God.
That had to have been a female band.
Oh yeah. Singer-songwriter, 90s. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, man.
Been listening to I Wish It Would Rain every morning by The Temptations. Seems like when I do, it doesn't rain. When I don't, it does.
Kind of like a reverse wounded knee type of situation.
Mm-hmm. I'm leaning into it. I listen every morning. Like it's raining right now. I wish it would stop. Don't want to get wet all day.
Go out there, build you up a big old fire, start dancing around.
Already doing my first coffee and it's not even 5:30. I mean 4:30 yet. That's not good.
Yeah, I know. I'm dangerously close to myself.
Build my
All right,
coffee.
music break.
Oh, you spilled it?
Yeah.
That's bullshit. The one morning you've got time to drink it and you end up spilling it.
Story of my life. We'll do like a half cup.
Speaking of coffee and drinking it, I saw there was discussion of a new machine. Let me go see which one it was. Was it the Nespresso and Nespresso, whatever?
That's what I saw too. A reusable pod, which I think is about fucking brilliant. Why that's not, why that wasn't the original thing, I'll never click with my brain, but what we ought to do is make them disposable, you see, out of plastic.
Well, see, yeah, that to me, okay, so when I started liking coffee and became a coffee, like, quote unquote connoisseur and learned the difference between light, medium, dark roast, what they really mean, and the actual content of caffeine versus the flavor and all those things, I quickly understood from the different reviews and different things I would read online about the then up and coming Keurig industry being the biggest joke that ever got put upon people that were coffee lovers, because you're removing the whole experience of waking up to that hot smell brewing, wafting around the house, waking up your nose, waking up your senses. Oh, that's number one, Number two, what's in that little Keurig pot is usually the sweepings that they pick out left over, the old coffee from just about to go over, and so they're going to use it here because they're not going to bag it because people that open that bag are going to go down. This is old, dried up. There's no oil left in this. And so that basically was what I quickly understood when I would get stuck at somebody's house with the holidays, usually the sister-in-laws, and that's all they would have. And I would make a pod, and it just didn't even of course now I'm icing it and trying to cool it off and make cold coffee with it. But that being said, to me, the whole experience of making coffee, if you're making hot coffee, is to enjoy that whole experience, the creation of that cup of coffee. Not quick machine, dump that in my cup, replicator. So yeah, I've always been very anti-Keurig, but I do get the ease of hurrying up making a pot or a cup or whatever. It's just, yeah, from what I know, the new ones like that one, the Nespresso or whatever it is, the Nespresso, yeah, that might be a thing. And having a refillable pod, that's also use your good coffee and put that in there. Fuck yeah, I could see that being a way to go. I definitely
Dude, my roommate has this mushroom coffee.
Mm-hmm. You tried it?
I've been curious. The rye. There's several different kinds, I guess.
The milk of Cocoa Pebbles.
Wait, you got broken up. What happened? It is
like
good.
Milk and Cocoa Pebbles.
Ah.
When you're done drinking Cocoa Pebbles, that's what
Well,
it
there's a
tastes
brand, so I can look into what's in it, because I have to be careful about those now that I'm MG. I have to be careful about mushrooms because they will, certain ones that tweak on your immune system can cause me to have an acetylcholine thing happen and be in crisis. So, because early on I was, trying to figure out stuff, and that was one thing that kept coming into my peripheral was those coffees, those replace your coffee. Because, coffee is really not great for my disease. But, well, oh well. But yeah, definitely was wondering about them. And quickly found out I have to be careful about mushrooms. Anyway, so let me know which one it is, and I'll see what's in there. It's mostly the ashwagandha. That's the one I have to be the most wary of, because it's the one that tends to do the biggest, kick your immune system into overdrive thing. And that's what I have to avoid. I have to have it do things in a very gentle, kind, loving way.
called RYZ.
RYZ, yeah, I think that's one that I've looked at, but let me tell you.
And the brand is Bright and Smooth, this one.
Turns out you can buy a 1974 MG for less than $10,000 on eBay.
I was waiting for something. I wish I could sell mine. Okay. So
did you even try listing it?
Sheet. Not yet. I'm gonna get on there and see what I can come up with. Cordyceps. That's this. Take us all out. Take. Turkey tail. King trout. Hey, this one actually does not have ashwagandha. Well, I have a doctor's appointment coming, and that's the other thing. I need to run it by my dude and make sure I'm not going to do something bad to my system with the balance I've achieved here. So, but yeah, definitely this would be one that I would try. I'm gonna put it in my where would I put it? Cart, I guess, for now, so I'll know what it is. And what was the name again? I know you said the flavor or whatever, but when I popped on this, it went away.
Something and smooth.
Yeah, something
Maybe.
smooth. Okay, there we go. This is just maybe the front of the bag, not the.
But yeah, it tasted like chocolate milk, but from a cereal, not just straight chocolate milk. It had like the cereal flavor in it as well. It was good. I couldn't believe it. But that was with a little bit of a hazelnut in there as well.
But does it work?
It just plain.
That's what I want to know.
Nah, I don't know if anything works on me that I eat or drink. Alcohol definitely works.
Like, it seems like it would just be a lot cheaper to buy Cocoa Pebbles and a gallon of milk.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't do the whole caffeine and
Well, that's what my question was, is does the shit even work? I think that's what it's supposed to. The only reason I'm drinking it is for the fucking synthesized caffeine effects. Right? If I don't drink coffee because it, has such a glorious taste. Not that it's bad or that I don't like it. Just that ain't the reason. Like, I got coffee beans that I sprinkle on everything because they taste so fucking good. All I want's the damn caffeine. And I've always wondered if the coffee, the mushroom coffee shit, actually has the same sort of effects as caffeine, the same sort of pick-me-up, increased energy, if only briefly, for a crash harder that comes later.
It says it does on the bag.
Well, there you go.
What that?
Can't argue with that now, can you? Well, if the marketing team says so.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm not even sure how much it costs. It was just something my roommate was like, hey, you want to try a cup of this? Not bad.
And that's the other thing. Some of that shit is very pricey.
Which I'd be, I'm not necessarily not willing to pay. I'd pay for pricey mushroom coffee if it were healthy and effective. It turns out I think I got to pick one or the other, and effective usually wins out.
I guess heads are starting to roll from the Epstein files, overseas at least, in other countries.
Yeah.
We're getting charges and stuff. And do you see that guy in front of, I don't know if it was a Senate hearing or Congress, just start dropping names?
Who's that? Thomas Massey,
Like,
I think. Yeah, I think I saw something about that.
But why aren't these people being investigated? Not one investigation that started here in the United States from our DOJ.
I'd be surprised if they did. And if they did,
this guy.
I don't think I'd buy it.
Guy.
It'd be fucking disingenuous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all this crazy conspiracy telling you about these wicked people doing all this evil shit decades ago.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
This is like a new thing. This has never stopped, folks. This has been going on forever. And they're still doing it right now. It didn't stop because Jeffrey Epstein got caught and these names came out. Guarantee it didn't stop. They're already finding other Jeffrey Epsteins now. Multiple, just like him, that were doing the exact same thing. Just other parts of the world, other industries, yada, yada, yada. It's a big blackmailing racketeer type thing. And it's really sick and sad, but that's the best thing to blackmail people with. Try to get them doing the most sick, perverted things that, that go against everything. And then you own them.
I don't even think that that's what they're doing. Like trying to get them to do it. They're providing access to do it. Like, hey, if you want to do this, we can make it happen. Like, you know what? Here's what I want. Give me this, 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 and this. And Epstein's like, all right, here you go. In one of my specially designed suites that I've got 14 hidden cameras in.
General Petraeus, was that his name?
That was dropping
Over
names?
in Afghanistan? No.
Oh, there was a General
He was one of the
Petraeus.
names dropped.
Oh, that doesn't
That was
surprise me.
Jeffrey Epstein's buddy who was renting out helicopters to go shoot Afghan farmers.
See, that doesn't surprise me. I think I talked about a story not too terribly long ago about Sarajevo, them doing that out in Sarajevo in the 90s. And you could book a...
Oh, it's a war zone. Come on out and just kill people.
A hunting excursion where you post up in a building with a sniper rifle and shoot people.
Oh, this guy was just flying around in a helicopter, just mowing people down with a 50 from the helicopter. How fucking sick is that?
That's why PMCs shouldn't be in fucking war zones. Private military contractors.
Should be illegal. I'm sorry, that's a mercenary.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
And if you need to hire mercenaries, fine. Use them in your military, use them in your tactics, great. But it shouldn't be like You know what? We don't even got to bother sending our military. We're just going to hire these guys and send them over.
Yeah, we don't have to declare war.
Nah. I got to worry about oversight.
Blackwater over there. Blackwater. Those guys will go over there and take care of it for us.
Mm-hmm.
Subcontracted out.
Or better yet, what would be great is if we had a number 2 in command that happened to be running a company that worked entirely in logistics and overseas. Then we could start a war, hire him to handle all the logistics, and sit back and see what happens. Special K in chat. Shout out, Callum. Good to see you there, sir.
Either of you watch the State of the Union?
Yeah.
Daily, my friend. Daily, and I hang my head and sigh. Oh, wait. Are you talking about like a speech thing? I just realized that may have happened.
Yeah, Trump pulled a pretty good one. I mean, of course, the Republican, it looked like he made them look so bad. But in all reality, I don't think there was really all that many Democrat supporters watching it. You know? But he was like, he was trying to get people to stand up. Stand up if you're for this. Stand up if you're for that. Because the Democrats wouldn't stand for anything that he was doing. You know, giving out medals to, you know, people who had their legs blown off and shit. And the Democrats are still not standing. Just rude, you know? But then he's like, if you believe that it is a politician's job to protect and serve the American people, then stand up. And none of them stood up, and he let it go on for like 30 seconds. Everybody else was just standing up and applauding, and he just kept going. And he's just sitting there looking at them all like, you fools, you just fell for it. I don't think it's going to have quite the...
No.
That a lot of these people are saying it is. They don't care. They don't pick their team. They don't pay attention to the shit. They pay attention to headlines they see in the news. That's it. Could you imagine if we never read an article and just listened to what the headline said? I've done it 1,000 times on the show. Read the headline, go down 2 paragraphs, and it contradicts the headline. Not even 2. Usually in the first paragraph, it will contradict what it said to grab your attention. Yeah, how do you get people to stop and think? Is it possible?
Shot caller.
My uncle used to use a 2x4 to the forehead of that mule out in the field, get his attention, and shit worked every fucking time.
Well, that's a smart mule, then. I've seen some dumb ones where a 2x4 to the forehead wouldn't have even
It didn't do a damn thing,
nope.
right? Yeah, unfortunately, I think we got more of those running around in the wild at the moment.
Them are just jackass.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, indeed.
So this lady, missing for 24 years, right? Found alive. She was a mom of 3.
I think I heard this story.
And now she's being taken into custody. What did she do? Alive and well. Like, not found in a room, locked in there, you know, chained, all, no.
And still,
she was fine.
To this day, still won't have anything to do with the kids she left behind. They tried to go talk to her. She didn't want to see him. She didn't want to talk to him. Nothing to do with him. They must have been some real assholes, is all I'm saying.
I was saying, that was some fucking bad little kid.
A 7-year-old son. So a 19-year-old daughter, 14-year-old daughter, yeah, teenage girls are the worst. I get it. But a 7-year-old son? No, and I'm joking about the teenage girls. I mean, it's sad to say, but there are a lot of women out there who didn't go to mommy school, or however you want to put it. But they are not mothers.
Well, when you create a society where mother is no longer who that is, and she's just somebody that gets you up in the morning yelling at you to hurry up and get ready for the bus, and she's on her way out the door, never to be seen until sometime later in the evening, when she runs in fussing at you to hurry up and do your homework so you can fucking eat and go to bed and get ready for the same thing in the morning, and isn't actually there in a formative way or a nurturing way, like, you know, feminism and shit like that is done in our country, then yeah, that would be the result, is kids who would perpetuate that with their kids, and it would become just a vicious cycle of that, I would guess. I can't even imagine having a teenage daughter at this state. I mean, I dealt with one, trust me, but I couldn't imagine it now at all. Like, I'd have just locked her in a room and said, yeah, you're not coming out till you're 35, sorry. And that would have been pretty much it. A little slot under the door for food. Yeah. Can't even imagine.
But yeah, she said she left because of domestic issues.
Asshole.
And I could see not wanting to see the kid. Not ashamed. You know? So ashamed of herself that she can't bring herself to even see the children.
That
even
just
though they're all adults now.
Wasn't the impression I got. That isn't why she didn't want to see him. It wasn't her embarrassment.
The last Shoney's of South Carolina is closed.
Uh-oh.
I used to love Shoney's.
Dude, I was just about to say, I remember when going to Shoney's was a fucking joy. Number one, because it was in my state anyway, Shoney's / Big Boy. So there was Big Boy every day. Every time we'd go to Shoney's, we'd get him. He was out front. I had the bank. I had the stuffed toy. I had the comics that were based on him. I had the placemat that I would draw cool shit on every time we go eat there. Red and white checkered, standing out front holding the burger. Bob's Big Boy, I think is what they call him. But it was tied to Shoney's growing up. And then plus it was a huge, like a statue that would be out front of the store was like, to a kid, like a giant, you know what I mean? Like, so he was a giant. Here, I'll show you what he looked like. Hold on. Come on. How do you share with this thing again? That, I almost hung up on y'all. Yet again. So there it is. Out front, usually right by the door is where they used to have him, right out in the. But he was always like, look, there you go. That's next to a normal size dude. Well, maybe not. Maybe that's a statue too. But you get the idea.
Pretty sure there's a story out here about somebody that stole the Big Boy statue.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Man, that's flashing.
Because this would have been back in the 80s, 90s, maybe. We had one not too terribly far from where I grew up, Highway 70.
But as a young kid, I discovered it. Not tuna at all. I discovered Patty Melt there at Shoney's, which was made with two very smashed. There wasn't such a thing as a smash burger in those days. Mom made a hamburger at home. It was almost a ball of meat with bell peppers and onions sticking out the side, like Eddie Murphy talked about the welfare burgers. The only time we got that flat, smashed edge, all nice and caramelized burger, quote unquote, was in a Shoney's patty melt, which was also used only Swiss cheese, not American style cheese, which isn't cheese, and it was put upon rye bread. And that was cut diagonally on an edge. It was nice and crispy, and it was freaking unctuous. That was my favorite go-to. And the dessert at Tony's would, of course, be their hot fudge cake, which, if you don't know, is a Devil Foods cake with a square chunk of ice cream into, like in the layers, like between two slices of chocolate Devil's Food cake, icing on there a little bit, but then that's covered with this hot fudge sauce that only Shoney's had. It was not like anything you could buy in the jar at the store for your ice cream. It wasn't even like what Mom could cook on the stove. It was thick, and it was good, and that was the best cake ever, and that was the best dessert ever. And then I guess around 89 or 90, it started changing, and they messed the fudge up. And by the mid to late 90s, I couldn't even eat them anymore because it would be fake tasting fudge, fake tasting ice cream. And of course, maybe I grew up, my taste buds changed, but man, that used to be my jam. Hot fudge. Let's look at one, shall we? So I can dream of the dream. Man, we used to drive miles to a Shoney just to get a hot fudge cake.
Let's see, we got
I don't even know if you can.
We got a restaurant around here called Show Me's. SHOW-ME.
They can't really be doing that, can they? Are they really getting away with that?
Well, because it's one that started in Missouri, and we are the Show Me state. And it's not the name that's totally derivative. It's the business model that is completely derivative, as basically all they did was open up a Hooters and change the color from orange to blue and call themselves Show Me's. It's basically just a bunch of young girls that look like lollipops dressed up in hot pants trying to serve drinks and sell you wings.
Right. Twin Peaks is the version we have down here of that now that Hooters has gone away.
Well, what's that referencing?
Twin Peaks. Mountains.
Grand Tetons is what that's referencing.
I literally sat, like me and Shell was in one booth and the guy behind us was in another, and she stood there with her Twin Peaks quite on display, discussing her college life and how expensive it is, and how she's got these books she's got to buy. And I'm like, my God, why don't you just offer to blow him for $20? Good Lord. It was the most insane shit I ever heard in my life. It was beyond begging for a tip. It was just, it was sickening.
Got a parent that's terminal that she's trying to take care of while going to school full time.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
All while having a huge amount of money locked up in probate that if she just had like $10,000 or $15,000 to hire a lawyer, she could break free like $300,000 and be more than willing to pay him back at 15% on top of the loan.
Fuck yeah. Apparently you've been there. You ate there one day.
Fuck, I think I married her.
Married her? Right. Oh, God. All right, I got to close the hot fudge cakes away so I'm not drooling in my mind.
Logan Cook says his dad is also very, very passionate about hot fudge cakes.
Dude, fucking A. If you're an older person like I am, and I'm sure your father is, then yeah, you remember when they were good and how they ruined them. What is up, Mel Bell? Man, I was using some of that comfort last night.
Give Justin our love when he wakes up.
Yes, tell Justin hello. What's up, Sherry? So, Sherry, you got a pen handy? Write this down. Amish Donuts on the Farm. I believe they were a 90s tribute band. No, I'm kidding. Write that down, though. It's password.
Hot glazed Amish donut. That said, they were gigantic donuts. It's basically just a deep fried cake donut the size of a paper plate. You know how they do them at state fairs? Like, if it's not at least 4,000 calories, it's not even an appetizer.
what are you doing with it, right? If you don't have at least a couple of fried Snickers thrown on top of that, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
Dude, you guys could have made so much money if you would have just listened to me and bet against the Artemis 2 punch. Now it's pushed back till April.
Well, tell me where I can bet. I'm ready. I'm tired of missing the big money. You mentioned it last time and I forgot. So where do I go?
Dude, just
where is
I don't gamble, but there's 1,000 websites out there that you can bet on anything. Anything.
Yeah, but that's all sports ball. That's not. Oh, is anything really? Okay.
No, anything. Whether or not the anchor is gonna sneeze or say or like anything. You put your bet up there, and then people can bet against you.
So it's that last half of their Vegas vacation when they're at like
yes.
Okay.
If the Nazis would have won the war, pick a number.
Oh, God.
No. 4. No. Damn.
$5. You can try again.
Oh, she's muting me. Oh, and now she's closing the camera. You are not cooperating this morning. What are you after over there? Get over there. Get out that. Come on.
I think I'm having a seizure.
You saw that, right? Oh, badness. So a bit of cat news, guys. We'll throw this out there now that the crew is here. So you remember my new buddy that came into my life, Jonesy, the orange cat, who quickly became my favorite. You're not supposed to have a favorite, but he was. He would be waiting at the door every time I'd go out, trying to come in and visit with us. Nose bob, like none of my other cats were nose bobbers, inside or out. He was my nose bobber. He was the head butter. He was the most wanting to get in your arms and purr away, and like Jones, that was my boy. Plus Jones. 2 weeks ago now, he's just not come back. He went, like, he didn't come back for food one night, and I knew at that point, like, he never missed a meal, like never missed a meal. Early when the people next door moved in with their goats and all that, he missed a few meals. But other than that, he's been here. Oh, come on, what do you got? Napkin? You're so bad. Give me that. So bad. Sorry, she's eating toilet paper here, or tissue or something. Yeah, I was blowing my nose with. Gross. Oh, you're so gross. Anyway, so he went away and has not come back. And of course, I spent days being really sad about that and missing him a lot and looking around, unfortunately, looking, to see if he had gotten run over or if I could find him at somebody, because he was super affectionate, and like the people behind us, like they were already, they were like loving on him, picking him up, just like, so one or two things had to have happened. Either somebody else started paying attention to him nearby and has acquired him enough to be an inside cat now, because I've looked everywhere out in yards and everything else. I've gotten to know just about every cat in my neighborhood now. I've told my cats to go find him, how I did when the Japanese methodology of sending the cat to find the lost cat, that whole thing. And so, he is just not here. And so I've finally decided in my heart of hearts that he either has been acquired by somebody else who needed him in their life, or he went home. Because again, he wanted inside. There was no doubt he was an inside cat before I got him, that he was somebody's, that either got away or they moved or something. And so he's back home with them, or he has found a new home to love him, because I did come across a couple of things that were unpleasantly killed in the area, unfortunately, one being a possum, another being a puppy. And that pretty much is how it is around here. We don't have a crew that comes by and cleans those things up off the road right away. So they're usually there for a good week or two. And so if he had been run over right here in the immediate area, and I know they're not only immediate area, but like I went around neighborhoods here and haven't seen him. So he is now relocated, and though it saddened my heart considerably, knowing that he is safe at somebody's house, being taken care of, and back home where he needs to be and given love like he does has made it okay. But I definitely miss my good buddy. And then yesterday I got a text from the people behind me saying, "Hey, guy, I'm not trying to, make you have a bad day." But when we left to go to the store a while ago, we glanced to the right and saw a black and white cat that had been run over like 2 houses down. And I'm like, oh. So I went out there to look, and there was nothing there, not a spot in the road that was like where a cat had been cleaned up. I mean, there are people who live right there in front of there, kind of are the house that Fuzzy Butt and a lot of the outside cats go to their house, like they're 2 houses down, and they'll go to their back. They got a barn in the back there, a shed, a garage, whatever you want to call it, and they go in there all the time. And I see them coming out of there when I'm eating. I see them coming from their porch area. So I figure they're nice to the cats too. Hell, that may be where Jonesy is, inside. But I just assumed that if it was one of my cats, they had already gotten him out of the road because I didn't see anything. But luckily, at supper time last night, all the cats were here and accounted for. Except for Jones. He still hadn't come home. But yeah, I've had quite a little emotional up and down with the cats over the last few days for sure. But as you see, Cleo's here. And the outside cats have now become like, I don't know if Jonesy taught them how to do it right or whatever, but like now every time I go out there, one of them is up on the dryer or the washer. And these are the OG cats that have been here since they were kittens. They're now headbutting and nose bopping and purring and rubbing foreheads together. So he must have either taught them how to do it or they finally picked up on the vibe. So anyway, all right, that is Walt's cat corner over for the day. Oh, and then the cat corner cam is still on. Sorry. And that was Cleo's thing. What you got? Let me go look.
Now bringing a cat over here.
Oh, right.
All it took. Oh, man.
What's up, Don? I'm sorry, brother.
Man, it's part of the job.
Over the years of working in the oil field and in the refinery end of the oil field, and I never went offshore, but a lot of land rigs, a lot of yard work. There is no weather in the oil field. You're in it. You're out there doing it. I figured out, different ways of trying to combat that. And you would think at this point, 2026, that we would have come up with some kind of like step into and hit a button and it just sucks down on you like a shrink wrap and you're totally dry for the rest of that wet day and never get wet again until the whole thing's over. Why can't we invent that? Why is that not my $1 million thing that I can figure out?
Well, just wear a plastic bag over your head for about 10, 15 minutes and you'll see.
That's what we're doing still. Right. We're still fucking trying to. Oh, well, I mean, obviously not your head. Your nose area would be breathable. And yeah, I'm just saying the whole idea of that at this late date, we still haven't figured out how to keep the rain off of us.
You've been watching any of that Landman show, Walter?
We've got it in the list, and then haven't started it yet. But we definitely have it in our watch list.
Awesome.
And I don't think this is a spoiler. And I'm almost positive it's not because it has nothing to do with
I'll remember
anything. Well, they were at like a trade show for the oil business, and they were showing all of these automated systems that required most of these rig workers to just stay at home. Didn't need them anymore.
Right.
They were completely automating the entire rig. So that's one good way to stay dry there, Walt.
Yeah.
Robots. Get some robots and you ain't got to get wet.
We had this thing called a Bigfoot machine. I wonder if that's even being used.
Call it a Sasquatch machine around here.
So basically, it like when you were tripping pipe, let me see. Trying to find it real quick. I can't talk and type. You should know that. So basically, when you're tripping pipe, it's not as fun as it sounds.
Yeah, I used to trip pipe. Yeah, tripping pipe is miserable, especially when you're all out and you ain't got no more and your dealer won't answer the phone. And you're like, fuck, I just want another one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't see a picture of them. Anyway, basically, when you're tripping pipe, you have these things called a shoe, and you throw it in the rig floor as the pipe's being pulled up to the derrick by the rig hand up there, and you put these little shoes in the... Is that one? Wait, is that him? That's almost him. No, that's not him. I'm looking for Bigfoot everywhere, and I can't find that fucker. What is that?
It's all about your vibration, Walt.
Is that what it is?
If you're properly vibrated,
Anyway,
he will show himself to you.
Instead of using the hanging tongs, which are fucking huge metal, like basically big, huge metal wrenches that are hanging by chains and weight differential, as a word for it all. Anyway, it don't matter. I'm lost on all this, trying to figure it out. I still can't believe they don't have an old picture of a Bigfoot machine. That's just crazy. That's probably, I mean, I'm sure that's not what it was really called, and that's why I can't find a picture of it. Anyway, but it did the tripping for you. It did your tripping for you.
I think I found a picture, but it's grainy and fuzzy, and I can't really make out if it's real or not.
Is it kind of turning towards the camera? Maybe it's move or not, yeah. You can't really tell.
To me, it just looks like a costume.
Ah, my goodness.
Look at that. We've made it a full hour.
Yeah, we did. And I didn't go get a second copy yet.
I just came back.
It sounds like I don't need it. But I really do, though.
Well, if you don't mind, just take a second. Hit that thumbs up.
Yes, Daz.
We'd appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry. We're all multi-jumping. Daz, real quick, yes, you do draw amazing casts. I love your casts. In fact, at one point, I had one of your murals as my backdrop on my computer here with cats. So I definitely like your style of art, my friend.
So did you see what NASA claimed to do on Mars?
Ew. What?
So they reprogrammed the helicopter, right? So, you know, they got their little helicopter there.
They got their little, some magic.
A chip on it, on the helicopter, to work for the rover.
And so the robot pulled it out of the...
That's what I'm saying. Like,
helicopter and put it in its own self.
Took its extendable arm with the go gadget screwdriver.
Right.
Yeah, I want to see the engineering, whatever, that allows you to take something and use a chip from another computer in your computer. Like that. Like, show me how this was done.
It was successfully installed, and everybody was very excited until the damn rover flew off.
So it's been running into problems with its autonomous navigation and an unused chip from the rover. Previously used to communicate with the rover, but since the chopper was retired in 2024, the chip has remained idle and unused. So they decided to repurpose it to where they can find Perseverance's accuracy to within 10 inches. So they're matching converted 360-degree photos with overhead images from the satellite to pinpoint the exact location on the planet's surface. Right.
How many overhead satellites do they have taking pictures of Mars that they can dedicate just for completely and solely the use of the rover?
And how easy is it for a satellite to take a picture, and then while you're on the ground, take a picture of your surroundings and match those fucking photos?
Well, it's a 360. So once you make eye contact with the other camera, then you know you've done it.
No. You never see the other camera. Right. It doesn't look up and see the satellite. It just takes a 360 picture.
Well, it's gonna be looking, surely. That's how you know that you've properly triangulated, is when the rover camera doesn't see the satellite. If there's no satellite in the picture, then you know you've done your job.
They're saying it's an astounding feat to be able to successfully reprogram a spacecraft while being hundreds of millions of miles away from it.
I think it's astounding is kind of strong. Big, maybe. Is maybe a big feat.
I thought you said it was a good sign.
I was in the pool.
The box. Oh, they're finally going to start enforcing the hands-free law.
Start? I thought they were already, or they are in Louisiana.
I heard it. You grow hair on your palms.
You will go blind. So not just to dissuade the hands-free thing, but I don't understand. Okay, so I have a screen that's bigger than my first color TV to the right of me. I've got a dashboard with so much shit going on that I'm constantly having the thing beeping at me because I'm getting too close to the car in front of me because I'm trying to figure out what all this shit on the dash is. I've got a way that I'm supposed to make my phone switch from my phone to Michelle's phone back to my phone with a little tiny navigational button, thumb, stick. Do I click in? No, I push up. No, I push down. Oh, wait, I go left. Oh, is that there it is. Oh, I'm looking to that screen. I'm playing with my thumb. And then suddenly I'm in a wreck because I'm paying attention to all this shit in my car. But no, definitely the cell phone. That's the fucking problem with keeping your eyes on the road. Sorry, rant over. Oh, and it's okay if you mount the cell phone in your face right here on a stick. Now it's fine. But you can't hold it. Bad driver. No holding it. You put it in your face like you're supposed to. I just don't fucking get it, man.
Sir, do you have any idea how fast you were going? Well, no, sir.
I'm trying to find it.
That would be unsafe for me to be staring at my screen whilst driving. And unfortunately, my entire dashboard is just one big screen, so I ignore that fucker all day long. And no clue how fast I was going. Was it close at least?
I usually just go as fast as everybody else.
I just assumed they were all going really slow.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Pretty fucking nice.
I guess I should start that halfway.
Did y'all, well, real quick, did you see that last thing I dropped about the 3D elephant?
I saw it, but I didn't click into it.
Yeah, let me show this to you.
Aren't they all sort of got 3 dimensions?
Wait, just wait. I'm sorry, I should have completed my sentence. The 3D printed elephant inside a living cell. What? Wait, what?
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, developments in bioengineering are moving forward between reality and science fiction. They fucking 3D printed an elephant inside a living human cell.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Hello?
You might as
What the fuck?
It's bling for your microplastics.
You don't even have to get them to inject fucking robots in your body no more. They'll just 3D print you one. But this is going to pave the way for microscopic machines and devices built directly into cells that can better understand how they function and advance cellular properties. make us all better and plastic and fucking robots. What the fuck is going on, and why do people have no goddamn sense anymore? I know, let me 3D print an elephant inside a human cell just to see if I fucking can.
I think it was just for the ability to inject it through the skin. And if the ability to put a bunch of them through the skin. Like packing transdermal pachyderm.
Oh my God, if that's not a 90s band. Or Sherry, you did write that down, huh? Transdermal pachyderm. Oh my God.
But you can't just put them there. You got to pack them in there.
I love you.
The only kind of shit humor you can find on the
Oh, yeah, let me find you. Let me show you the process. It was a lot easier than I thought it would be. I thought it would be a complicated, like microscopic surgery and shit. But no, all you got to do, Petri dish. Petri dish, pipette, and you're good to go, according to this infographic showing the tiny 3D printed elephant in the cell.
How hard is it to use an actual Petri dish? If you say wanted to grow a culture, how hard would that be, Walter?
Well, it depends on how, exacting you want to be. If you open a Petri dish and the agar is exposed to airborne shit right away, then you pretty much growing everything that you just exposed it to. If you're in a sterile environment and you open it and you then use a pipette to place a cell that you've
or swab. Can't I just take a swab?
Or whatever. Absolutely, you can swab. You definitely can take a swab and just run it across that.
So if I wanted to do a First Amendment audit and with me take a whole entire medical bag filled with swabs so that I can swab and grow cultures of all the living nasty shit that's going to be scattered all around that building.
Uh-huh. Yep.
How's that for effect? Just after I take my water test of the water fountain and put my water sample, just start swabbing things with a Q-tip, putting them in little plastic containers, labeling them. Yeah. That would be for dramatic effect.
I love it, Dad, saying that anything we can't actually see is always the next big step. Yep.
Yeah, they will
Look,
freak
right
out,
here,
Josh, if you started doing that.
Just get all James Freeman on them, slap on some gloves, start pulling out empty plastic containers and a handful of swabs. I'm just gonna
get a clipboard. As long as you got a clipboard, you do whatever you want.
I'll have a clip, not just a clipboard. I will have one of those big accordion file folders with about 17 different sections.
Tucked under your arm.
The very first section is going to be my company policy.
That everybody has to follow.
That everybody has to follow because it says so in my company policy.
Yeah,
that's how you know they have to, because it says so right there. Unless they've got better evidence.
As soon as I walk in to any building, I'm in charge of that building.
Yep. I am the HNIC. It's what it says right here on paper. The man with the badge is the HNIC according to company policy. So I guess you just got to deal with
it. You take it up with your state representative.
Exactly. I understand you might not like it, but that's what the courts are for.
Yeah. These are the policies.
I mean,
you have to abide by them.
It's very clear right here. It's clearly stated, clearly written. There's no misunderstanding as to who it applies to and who it doesn't.
I don't understand how they're so stupid to think that they can still put up a sign that says no photographing, blah, 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 and then argue with the police.
Because counsel tells them.
Yeah, but the law tells them different. I don't care what counsel tells you. I mean, this lady wasn't like an administrative assistant. She was the local law, whatever, right? She's supposed to know. She wrote the piece of paper. She even said, oh, no, we went through all the stuff and we are within our constitutional guidelines. And then she's like, what about our constitutional rights not to be filmed? Like, which article was that one again?
Mm-hmm. Well, your camera makes me uncomfortable. So what about my constitutional rights to be comfortable?
Yeah. But these are they're the ones that are supposed to know this stuff. And it's not just their job to enforce it. They're the ones that are supposed to be protecting our rights from the government. I know they work in the government, but their whole mindset is backwards. Like they're there to tell the government to fuck off when they overstep their bounds, and they don't.
Right. That's the whole purpose of taking the oath to the Constitution. Like that shit's not going to apply to me. It only applies to the government. The only way you can ever fall under your oath is when you're applying it to the fucking government for whom you work. Like my neighbor is not going to be out there violating my First Amendment rights. That's not how that works.
No. Yeah, he can't. It's a tyrannical government. That's what these checks and balances are for, to keep a tyrannical government from poking its head out. They knew that this would happen, that there would be tyrants that tried to do this. There always have been, there always will be these types of people that get into these seats of power. It's just inevitable. That's why it's so important. That's why all these other systems of government crumble and fail. Not saying that this one won't eventually, but this year we hit the 250-year mark. That's a long time, like for a governmental, however you want to call it, a system that's set in place to govern people. Like that's usually the max. You get about 250 years and then shit starts to crumble. It's pretty amazing what they've done here, these founding fathers, and what they set up. All right, I got to do some stuff for work.
There was a debate I was watching not too long ago, and basically was along the lines of, is it constitutional to rise up against the government? And I guess that is a really good point. The very fact that every government official takes an oath to the Constitution sort of does imply that, yes, you're going to be required to act against the government, because that's what the whole Constitution is for. If you were never going to act against the government, you would never need to take an oath to the Constitution. You would take literally an oath to just whatever policy there is and be like, oh, that's it. It's not my job to stop the government from violating people's rights, only to enforce policy. But I guess it is sort of self-evident in that case. Sorry to interrupt you, Zach. You have a great day. I don't know if you're taking off or just muting up. Either way.
Yeah, man. Have a great day, brother.
No, I just had to mute up for a second. I'll be back.
All right.
Okay.
I just got to do a bunch of paperwork crap, vehicle inspection, whatnot. I'll be right back.
All right. I think they're finally taking away the vehicle inspections around here in Missouri. Only took them like fucking 40 years. Actually, more like 30, 35. Still. They're working hard to get rid of the emissions and the safety inspections. What do you need that for? Matter of fact, I think they're also going to start to introduce 5-year tags. You can get your car registered with the state for a half a decade at a time instead of the 1 year at a time that it used to be. Or then they started doing 2 years. You could get it registered for 2 years and only have to go back every other year to get it done again. But now they're talking about 5. Like $48.
That's awesome.
Right? That ain't bad at all. We'll see if it actually goes through, but that'd be nice. I was going to put something in this call, in this chat last night, so that I would remember to talk about it this morning. Was gonna, but I didn't.
But then he got high. But then he got high. Then he got high.
Now, to be fair, I started high.
To be fair.
To be fair.
I don't have to buy ice this morning. I don't understand that.
Do people give you dirty looks when you walk out with ice?
No.
Nobody's out there protesting, yelling at you, blowing whistles or stuff?
Like, why are you buying ice when it's 28 degrees out? Because my company says we have to.
All right, I'm going to need y'all's help. Yeah, I'm going to need it. I know it's there. I know it'll come to me possibly later. There was a movie once upon a time where a man takes his family out to the jungle to provide them refrigeration. There's this whole big scene about them taking this huge chunk of frozen water wrapped up in these big leaves and trying to carry it through the jungle to show the deepest inhabitants of the jungle the beauties and joys of refrigerated food and how it can keep it cool and do all sorts of amazing things. I was just wondering how many crazy leftist liberals out there that movie would trigger.
Yes, I have a spare tire, I have a jack. Yes.
Under the boo, under the bamboo tree.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm trying to trigger it. Sorry. Go ahead.
For those in chat discussing the badassness of Mr. Nicholas Beggs on the bass there, I see on was it Blue Hawk, I think, speaking about it. Anyway, I just dropped a song that pretty mind-blowing. It's called Luminal. It's by Steven Wilson from his solo era, post Porcupine Tree and Mr. Beggs there. I can't remember if he's playing the bass or the Chapman stick, but I remember this performance being fucking phenomenal. So I've dropped that in chat for you guys to enjoy. If you're not familiar with Steven Wilson, he is one of the amazing freaking progressive musicians out there in the world.
Hopefully brain stops.
Enjoy.
I don't work outside.
I hear you, brother.
Yeah.
Me too.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
You're good. No, I'm glad you don't have to work outside. Yep, I heard that.
Glad I don't work outside. I get colder and they stay the same temp.
I love working outside. I don't know if it's so much the outside or if it's just the scenery change. I really love the scenery change. That's one thing that always ends up getting to me at any job. Staring at the same walls.
Yeah, I can appreciate that.
Okay. Yes.
Oh, wow. I was just looking at that story you dropped, Zach, about all the different countries, 50 of them across the world, using cloud seeding programs. You know, because we have
that's not real.
Weather. We don't have control
You're
over the weather.
Conspiracy theorist.
That's nut stuff, right?
Crazy, crazy. They don't spray stuff into the clouds. That's just condensation from behind the planes. Everything changed in 1994 for some reason. Planes just started having contrails that lasted forever.
For
Turned
3
into
days
clouds.
straight. Right. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. 50 countries using it. That's just crazy. Good thing it's not real.
I see an article here that says
Speaking of
scientists engineer bacteria to eat cancer from the inside out.
Well, I mean, how could that go wrong?
Wasn't that just showing off?
I don't see a...
Like, can't you just start off with a bacteria that eats fucking cancer from the outside in? Like a normal fucking bacteria? Do you gotta start from the inside? Does it really fucking matter that much for real? Just get rid of it. Sorry, you were saying.
I lost it. I don't know. Oh, the weather thing. Apparently there's a lake in India. Is that where it is again? Let me double check as the story is slowly opening. Yeah, over Lake Maracaibo, where the Catatumba River pours in. The sky is in a constant electric show. Lightning flashes up to 140 to 160 nights per year and can strike 60 to 40 times per minute. That's fucking nuts, dude. There's some kind of something going on there, I would think. Either something we've buried in the ground that's causing all that, or something that past civilization has left behind there.
There's a place in Africa where it does that every day.
That could
Like
be where it is, actually.
clockwork.
Probably that's where this is. That's probably where this is. I said India, just guessing over the names here. It doesn't actually give me a country in this little story. Lake Maracaibo is da 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 da. Well, it's not there. Wow, here's an image. This is fucking insane. I mean, I know we can't trust any images anymore, but it's still fucking insane. Look at that shit. Yeah, something's a brewing there.
It's like when I take my coat off in the winter.
This is in Venezuela.
Can we talk
It's
about
where Lake
Mexico?
I mean, we often do, but not specifically today, I don't think. I have not.
They killed a head of one of the cartels. And this cartel went apeshit, dude. Like, there's people down there, U.S. citizens, that can't leave right now. They're being told to stay in shelter in place and this and that, and they were just going around shooting people. It looked like Beirut. Like, there were bombs going off all over the cities, and they're hitting, like, the resort towns. Yeah, they done got pissed off when they killed their leader.
That's crazy, crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing about killing these cartel leaders. They kind of keep the other members in check. That, you know, might not be the smartest or brightest people around, but willing to do the crazy shit. That's the kind of people you need when you're running a gang. But you don't want those people in charge. Like, you don't kill the one guy that's keeping them all from being absolute savage morons, like just Viking raiders, you know? You don't want that. So when you kill the head of the snake, but the snake can still go around and fuck shit up, it's not the greatest plan, in my opinion. I get taking out the leader and all that, but when the leader is keeping things, somewhat civil, instead of turning it over to his sergeant in arms who just wants to kill everything and everyone, I don't know. Yeah, they made a really bad situation down there in Mexico.
Sure.
Letting the cartels get that powerful. Kind of like the Americans did with the Kennedys.
I mean, Piney, those are technically monopolies, I would think, more than cartel. Talking about McDonald's, Walmart, Amazon, Johnson. Hey, don't fuck with my people. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, there's something about going south of the Rio Grande where suddenly monopoly is called cartel. It's really weird. But yeah, totally.
Yeah, it definitely is sad that Mexico's turned into what it has. I used to go down there probably, I don't know, a few times during my time of being a Texas working gentleman, younger. I would go across the border with buddies and, cut up. And one time I got taken off, me and a buddy got taken off to like some crazy off the beaten path place trying to score some cannabis. Like the taxi driver who's like kind of like your ambassador when you're down there. He was like, "Oh yeah, I can get it for you, my friend. Really good, but we got to take a little ride." We figured, 5 minutes. 45 minutes later, we're still riding out into the mountainous country, far, far, far from the little across the border tourist town. I think that was when I was down in El Paso. Yeah, so that would have been like Chihuahua, right there across the border, and park in this crazy little place, like town, where like literally every intersection he would come to, he would just honk the horn and go straight through, not stop, not slow to look and see if anybody might be coming the other direction. Also honking their fucking horn and not stopping. But no, that was nuts enough. And then he parked and left us in the car, not locked, but I mean, we were in the back seat, and left us, and we could see guys like down the street, kind of a little group, like kind of noticing us and then kind of gathering up and then start walking our way. And it's like, "Hey, dude." And I leaned across the seat, started honking the horn, trying to get him to come the fuck back out and get us the fuck out of there. But yeah, Mexico, I used to enjoy going there quite a bit.
I do have just vague memories of just south of the border. Now this is by
the alcohol kicks in.
Well, now those are different vague memories, because I had my dad's brother and his family lived in Brownsville, Texas, which is just north of the border. So when we'd go visit with the family, we'd take a trip south of the border, and I can just vaguely remember fresh tortillas being made on an open fire and eating them with butter. I can remember going to like the market in the day and just all the great big colorful horse blankets that were hung up everywhere, and all the crazy stuff you could buy, the little balsa wood boxes with a snake that would come out and bite your finger when you slid the top open,
right.
Or that little flip wooden thing with the ribbons where you'd start at the top and it'd walk click all the way down, and you could just do it repetitively, and all the little knick-knack bullshit you could buy at these markets. Like the smell and the sight of the fluorescence, the 1980s fluorescent lights when it was just past sundown and just past dusk, and like the nightlife was just starting to happen in northern Mexico. Yeah, it was some very vague memories. Now my 18-year-old self also has vague memories of Tijuana, Mexico. But yeah, those are different vague memories. Club A.
Did you go to a donkey show, Josh?
Thank God, no.
No,
Thank God.
No.
But I know right after you crossed the border, there were like little bridges over all the causeways and stuff in Tijuana, and all the kids would, that's where they'd congregate. So as soon as the Americans would cross over, the little kids would come up.
Chicle,
Well, if you were lucky, they would just be trying to sell you gum. Yeah, chicle. Otherwise, they might be trying to sell you their sister.
Well, there is that part of the
Or
sadness of it.
just a bunch of young kids coming up and tapping your upper thigh, smacking you in your leg and your upper thigh, trying to make your pockets rattle to see if you had any change that they could have. I mean, it was always just these kids trying to get money for something.
Yeah.
And their books for free.
Yeah, I've been down to the border, but I never crossed.
I remember walking down the sidewalk and seeing a pharmacy that you could get pain pills and TNT all in the same store. Like, well, that's interesting. That's a wide selection and variety in one pharmacy. And then, yeah, we'd go to Club A, where you'd pay $6 American at the door. And that covered you for as long as you could stay in there and drink.
As long as you were upright.
You just kept going to the bar and order a Tecate beer. And they'd grab the plastic cup and crack open a 40-ounce bottle. Luckily, if you were lucky, you'd be the one to get first pour, and they cracked it. Otherwise, they're opening one that's already open. But they just pour beer from the 40-ounce bottles. They just got cases and cases of 40-ounce bottles. It was $6 at the door, all you could drink. And then for $5, you could pay the guy with the whistle and a bottle of tequila. And you could just either point to yourself or point at random people in the club, and they'd run over there with the whistle. And they'd sneak up behind them, grab them by the back of the head, and pull their head back and jam that bottle of tequila in their mouth. And then they'd just start blowing the whistle, and you just see how long you could drink from the bottle of tequila. Fucking grotesque stuff. But I think that's how the donkey show was born. Something along those lines.
I had a buddy who, and this was like 2007, had never been on the internet besides for shit like at school, looking up book reports and paper, and he was in his 30s.
I don't want to hear the end of this.
And I was telling him how you can find anything on the internet, and he didn't believe me. I was like, no, dude, I'm telling you, like, if it ain't on Google, you can find it somewhere else. Everything that you could, anything you could possibly want to see or buy, you can get from your phone. And he was like, no way, no way. He's like, Tijuana Donkey Show. All right. I went and looked it up. Next show starts in 13 minutes. It's going to be $12 if you want to see it. No joke. Didn't do it, of course. He didn't want to see it. He just didn't believe me that, like, everything is on the internet. Being filmed, somebody's selling it on the internet. Just period.
I saw they're remaking another classic movie for no good reason.
Which one's that?
Well, it was the Independent Film Channel. They just released a trailer as they remake one of the most, as they call it, infamous cult movies ever. What infamous cult horror movie do you think they're remaking?
Not the Evil Dead.
No.
We've done that already.
even more cultish, more
American.
off the beaten path. More, oh, fuck, I need to sneak this into my house, into my backpack, because God forbid if my parents ever fucking see that I have this in my possession,
Not
I will be,
Faces of Death.
there you go, ding, 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 that's the one. Yep.
Yeah, Faces of Death was horrible.
A modern meta horror remake of one of the most infamous cult movies ever.
The only thing I thought.
Faces of Death. Go ahead.
No,
Who's
you,
that?
Zach, that's you.
Oh, yeah. The only thing I thought that was, I mean, Faces of Death was horrible because it was all real.
No.
But I was thinking
This is gonna fuck you up. This is gonna mess your show you how
your grave.
you've been lied to your entire life.
Your whole life.
Oh, those were all staged?
So most of it was absolutely fake. I grew up like being that behind the scenes dude. Like Lon Chaney Sr. was one of my heroes, the man of 1,000 faces. So early on, I dug deep into behind the scenes of how most makeup effects and horror effects and Dawn of the Dead and Tom Savini and all that. So when I finally was forced by my cousins, oh, you got to see this, because I had no desire. I had no interest in seeing it. Oh, you got to watch it. We're going to rent it while the parents are all gone this weekend. So we went and rented it. They put it in. And by the third one, I went, okay, look, let's rewind this and let me show you. And so I began to break down the special effect techniques that they use for just about every scene. There was a couple that were suspect, like the monkey and just anything with animals, sort of. But the actual, yeah, it was
So
most.
the very
most,
first one in the first movie where he starts stabbing the chick with the screwdriver, fake?
They're all fake.
Figured.
But even like the whole heliocentric model, you got to be like, nah, that shit's fake. No, man, for real. Those are all real. Nah, are you sure? What about that first one? That first one can't be. That first one's for real fake, though, right? No. I heard they're all 100% real. You shouldn't doubt any of it. Oh. Okay. Yeah, there was enough of them that were questionable. Like, you could tell there were some, like,
Yeah,
oh,
it was probably like
we grabbed the 1964 version of Terror on the Highways.
30. Right, exactly. I was going to say, and there was probably about 30% of it that was stuff they had reused from old, like you said, yeah, student driving films or some autopsies footage was probably real. And any, like I said, the monkey thing and things like that. But most of the, like, just extravagant, like, yeah, they were staged without a doubt. Hey, you know what? We have the internet right here. Let's go see if I'm wrong or right. Faces of Death, 1978, largely fake, featuring mostly staged scenes, theatrical special effects, which is what I immediately find watching them.
I think one of them wasn't fake. The one where the guy jumped off the building. He was going to, like, bungee jump.
See,
but he didn't count. There was no 13th floor.
I'm not sure that that's true either. I think that one, something looked awful dummy-ish about that.
Yeah, it could have been a dummy. It could have been some kind of dummy that they threw off.
See,
there.
it's funny you mentioned
real.
that one in particular, because it was that one in particular that made me question all of it. Like, something about that just like didn't calculate like, what the fuck? You didn't just stand there at the bottom. Like, there's no way they didn't verify. There was just, I'm just going to do this right here. Like, we'll just see what happens. Did I cut it right? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Did I measure right? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Measure twice, cut once. Fuck that. I'm just going to calculate once, then cut it, and never fucking measure or verify or do any of that shit. And then I'm going to just jump into the bushes. Yeah, there was something just didn't seem right about that whole story.
So yeah, 60-40, that's basically what I'm getting across the board here, 60-40. Here, I'll drop a Bloody Disgusting is still, like, if you're into horror movies and stuff and want to find out stuff, that's still like the famous monsters of film land of the internet. So I'll drop a story where they talk to Schwartz and Schwartz, I can't even talk. The director, the guy that put it together.
Yeah, things like that, I think, where they have the caged monkey and then they beat it to death with the hammer so they can eat its brain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do think there was shit like that was real.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, like, getting eaten by a alligator or something live and on camera was not real.
Yeah, no, that was definitely just some...
What about the one getting run over by the boat propeller?
Here we go. I dropped it in chat for y'all to break it down if you're into that breakdown, and then I'll drop it here for us.
I don't know, Zach. Hard to say. Just because of the way it's presented, it makes it seem more like that 1001 Ways to Die or whatever it was. Yeah. They just, somebody in the back of the boat smoking weed as they go down, like, man, what do you think it'd be like? That's the way somebody died, is just get chopped up into tiny little pieces in a boat propeller. Would it really chop them up into tiny pieces? I mean, I'm sure it happens. That you get run over by a boat, you get cut up by the propeller and you die, you bleed out in the water. I'm sure it happens. And that there are stories of it. I just find it unlikely that the one that is presented there was on video, right? I think they're all, well, again, 60-40 is dramatic representations.
Yeah. Where'd you put that? There it is. It's a kitty. Sorry, I'm looking at Dad's post on his channel that he shared in chat. Well, saying he shared, and I went to look at it of some of the drawing he did. I like your rough sketches too. There, Dad.
I'll get to work with my lesbian friend today. Coolest lesbian I've ever met.
Could you call the first draft of a novel a Rough Rider?
Oh, I forgot. So a video, Feed Your Mind channel. I don't know if you guys check him out. I kind of dig him. He's got a nice laid back presentation. He did a thing breaking down apparently the guy who co-wrote Pulp Fiction with Tarantino. I'm gonna go see his name real quick. But apparently he was on Toe Rogan just recently. And apparently on Toe Rogan.
Oh, was he talking flat earth? Was that guy?
Dude, not just talking it. Like, that dude
Like,
broke
he was
it down.
laying it
Like,
down.
he's done research. Yeah, he's done the research.
Oh, he's a
like, he's
flat earther.
done the research. Yeah, if he's not. He kept saying that. He kept saying that. Well, I'm not saying
I'm not
there's
a flat
flat,
earther.
but, and then he would break down
You
like a
can't
deep
prove that
dive.
it's round. Yeah,
Deep
you can't
dive
prove it's
shit. I'm
round
like,
from
yeah,
down
this
here.
dude has done the research. But I much preferred watching Feed Your Mind break down the video than to actually have to sit through Toe Rogan's putrescent face in my face the whole time.
What about NASA? What about ISS? What about pictures from the moon?
What's great is at some point when the video fucks up while they're looking at it, and he's like, Rogan's like, oh shit, that's definitely a fish on
Yeah,
that.
what's
or
that
whatever.
line
I'm like,
right there?
Yeah, the line,
no,
on the map. Fuck
Yeah,
yeah,
the clouds were
that
like
one
real
too.
big, and then there was straight cut lines, like
Straight
it was
fucking
edited,
line.
and cut together. He's like, "What's that?" Oh shit! Yeah, Rogan's just like, "Oh yeah, that don't look good."
Yeah. So at least he is man enough to admit when he's not maybe right, I guess, even though he's a big fucking query. But yeah.
Yeah,
There's
dude,
the
he was
breakdown on
destroying moon landing deniers. He was
Oh, I
destroying
remember it quite well. I still liked him.
He
at that
was
point.
the guy.
Like,
yeah, he was
oh
the
yeah,
guy.
I still remember it hugely. I remember him sucking Neil's cock when he came on.
Yep. As soon as Neil came on, he was like, "Oh, I guess I'm retarded."
I was a retard. Yeah, that's right. I was a retard. Yeah, you are a fucking retard. I was.
Right after he just told everybody, told the whole world, I would lie to my mother.
And right before he got to be the #1 fucking podcast in the entire fucking planet.
The biggest, biggest push. There's no coincidence.
No relation whatsoever. That is not at all. That is neither correlation nor is it causation. No, but nothing whatsoever. Pay no attention to the creepy reptiles behind the curtain.
Let's cancel today. It's raining.
Let's do it.
It's going to be raining.
I believe you.
Noon.
I'm down.
Can't. I'm the only person here so far. She does run a bit late from time to time, but...
Oh, wow. It is almost done. I feel like we just got rolling hard.
No.
I know, right? That first 45 seemed to drag a little bit.
Stupid. No, it was all good. That's why it flew. For me, anyway. Of course, I haven't been here all week. Oh, again, I missed you guys in chat that weren't here early in the show when I said I missed you guys this week. So I did miss you guys. And also, I didn't, if you missed it earlier in the show and aren't inclined to go back and listen again, although you should because you're missing the gold. If you're a fan at all, even a small fan of a few songs by 21 Pilots, definitely go to your theaters and see more than we could have imagined while it's in the theaters. You will definitely regret not experiencing that, especially in the IMAX format that we saw it in, with amazing sound system, huge screen. And the crowd was the click, and we were all like literally like we would get up and jump, and it was fucking great. We were cutting up like we were at a real fucking.
On a related note, my niece wants to be a member of the Blue Angels and just recently completed her first triple solo flight last month. Yeah. One where she
That's fucking awesome.
Does her whole checklist, takes off, flies, come back and land, taxi around, do the checklist, take off, fly around,
That's
land
crazy.
3 times all by herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
crazy.
17 years old.
That's awesome. Send us some links when she gets up there.
For sure.
I saw them a few times over the years because they would do shows in Barksdale there in Shreveport when I was younger, and then we've had a few air shows here in Lafayette.
Well, she just wants to join. She's not actually there. Her first plan is to go through the Naval Academy as soon as our congressmen stop fucking around and can write up a recommendation for her to get there. She's got recommendations other places, but the Naval Academy is where she's got her sights set. So that's what she's waiting on. The Merchant Marines, she got the recommendation from I think Josh Hawley. There's a couple of them that wrote up their recommendation for her to the Merchant Marine Academy or whatever it is.
Very awesome.
Yeah.
I hear you, Piney. Hey, man, we all get stuff wrong. I just like his vibe. You know, he comes across real chill. I'm sorry, I was just commenting on Pine saying he likes Feature My Channel. He just gets a little into some stuff that might not be correct. So, I mean, everybody does.
All right, guys, I got to roll.
All right. Love you, Zach.
Love you guys.
Have a great weekend,
Have a good
sir.
day, my friend.
Be safe.
Weekend. Hit me up. I'm planning on spending the weekend resting up. So hit me up if you want to make those runs on Kaya.
Sounds good. Will do.
All right, man. Love you. Be careful.
All right. Love you guys.
Toodles.
Yep. Bye.
And you too, Deluxe. Have a good day. I'll see you chatting out. I'm just playing catch up in chat. Sorry. We got to get our 40 minutes in, damn it.
I know, right?
Oh, man, I forgot. I need to go to Travis's channel and see if he watched that movie and reacted to it.
Sorry, that was.
Huh? Wait, what?
Y'all tell me what to do.
Sorry, I was playing catch up in our chat there on the IRONWORX call that I missed.
I'm starting off fresh and I feel good. I look good. I smells good. I am good.
I am good. That's probably what I'll do this weekend. Just watch some old Flaccid Ego.
Some old Flaccid Ego.
Happy Friday, my friend.
Happy Friday, my friend.
Yeah, hi, this is Josh, and I was wondering if I could get an energy reading.
Absolute, Josh.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna start no shit, is you?
Say what?
You ain't gonna start no shit, is you?
No.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Josh?
Yeah.
Are you there?
I am here.
Hold on. Give me a second here. Oh my goodness, running low on time. Hold on here. My goodness. You know, sometimes when you talk to my
how many
shit,
pounds do you
get off of here. People's here. People's. Call him his foolishness here. I ain't got time for this. I'm starting off fresh and I feel good. I look good. I smells good. I am good. I'm better than that. I'm calm. And this next call is going to be wonderful. I can just feel it. I'm calm. Good evening.
Fucking genie.
Kiss my ass. Ladies and gentlemen, look, let me relax.
All right. Shout out to Mike and the gang.
You got right. Fucking A. Miss the gang, bro. And enjoy some Flaccid Ego today if you're not familiar.
Yep, definitely hop on YouTube. Look up Flaccid with an F. Flaccid Ego. You'll thank me later. You'll thank Walter later. Or you'll curse him later.
Or you'll fucking hate us both.
Who's that some bitch who made me watch this?
This fucking idiot, dude.
Some bitch.
Oh, Rizzo said hello. She said hello on her way by.
And the rest of the pink ladies.
Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Hey, my sweetie. They're all here. It must be, yeah, right at time.
Yep. We're down to the 2-minute warning. It's a 2-minute warning for the yellow flag penalty in the 9th inning, where you get up and stretch and walk around before the 4th period.
Right after the touchback.
After the 3rd and final quarter.
Right. Oh man, we had an earthquake in Louisiana. I forgot earlier to tell you guys. It's 2 lately that I've talked to you about. So just so you know, that's not a normal thing. Now, these were northern.
Yeah, I might see you. Be seeing you real soon, Walter.
But you might see me sooner than you think, right? Learn to swim.
Yeah, if you see me come surfing down the Mississippi River Valley, Huck Finn style. Who's the crazy guy in the buckskin shirt on the wooden raft?
Oh, and for all you cat lovers in chat, I'm gonna drop this story of an Ori. I'm sorry, they're not rugs. A Japanese gentleman who was so enamored of his cat that he wrote that on the 6th day of the 6th month of the 1st year of the Campo area, I'm taking a free time and wish to express my joy of the cat. It arrived by boat as a gift of the late emperor and received by the hands of whatever. It is, where does he say it? I am convinced it is superior to all other cats. So like all cat lovers, his was the best. He drew quite a few pictures of it too. I'll just drop this in there. It's really great to hear this guy gushing over his cat all those years ago, just like I do every time you guys are here with me. Here it is in chat. All right, guys. Love y'all so much. Thank y'all for hanging out. I missed you all a lot.
Be sure you guys have a great rest of your day, so you can start your weekend off, well, I don't know, set the tone for the whole damn weekend and have a great rest of your weekend. And we'll see you back here on Monday morning for more of the Ironworks. So until then, be good, be well, do good, do it well. We love you. You get what you pay for. Bye-bye.